Tonight, I'm going to tell you all about Kenny Pickett in his House of Dragons. The premiere of that coming up next. If any of you are familiar with Game of Thrones, you would know that they came out with a prequel series called House of Dragons lately, where essentially the plot is alluding to the fact that the houses are going to fight to see who claims the rights to the Iron Throne. And the main weapons in this series are going to be dragons. Well, this plot reminds me of the fiery pit of dragons that Kenny Pickett is about to be thrown into in the coming weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the premiere of Kenny Pickett's House of Dragons and his venture to claim the Steel Throne in the coming weeks. The dragons that Kenny Pickett will need to slay are a few defenses in the coming weeks, like we've talked about. First, the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, allowing only 58 points this season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have had no problem causing turnovers so far this season. And then you head to Miami with the Dolphins, who actually have a PFF ranking of 8. It's actually gotten even better since I checked last. It is also likely that the Steelers need to pass the ball against this unit, and the undefeated Eagles are soaring through the NFC East right now, only allowing 71 points against so far this season. That all being said, can Kenny Pickett keep claim to his throne and slay the dragons? If not, who gets the better of him and why? AJ, I really hope you at least get my reference. If not, you guys need to get on the TV grind here soon.
Well, you're lucky. I am a Game of Thrones fan.
Nice.
So I am all invested in the wordplay. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I don't see too many slayings happening in the next few weeks, except for possibly the Dolphins. We'll see what happens with their quarterback situation and Tua. But with the Bills, the Bucks, and the Eagles, the way that they have been playing as of late, yeah, I think it would be kind of wishful thinking, but adversity reveals who you are. So if nothing else, we're going to see how Kenny Pickett deals with situations such as these.
Bridgie, couldn't Hannah give us like a Larry Sanders Show reference, or maybe Arliss? Couldn't we get a like Curb Your Enthusiasm, something for the fellows here?
Yeah, I like Game of Thrones. I do have to admit, I like Game of Thrones. I haven't really got.
I remember the cool part at the two guys fight and then some thumbs and eyes are involved. That's about all I got. The red wedding. I can throw out pop culture references. No, he's not going to slay many dragons, I don't think. The Bucs defense got Mahomes in week 4. But that's what Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid do to just about everybody. And apparently, I don't want to get into tawdry, tabloid-style journalism here, but we know that Tom Brady and Giselle have hired divorce lawyers. So you might be getting a very ticked-off Tom Brady to go with a very dynamic Buccaneers defense. I'm all right with the baptism by fire for Pickett because he is a competitive dude. And so even though I think he's going to take his lumps, it's all downhill from these 4 weeks as far as difficulty of the job. Like, it should get easier for him because he's seeing the best the NFL has to offer pretty much.
Yeah, I feel a lot better if Hannah pointed out he was playing Duke, NC State, Wake Forest, and Virginia in the ACC. But
it's go time. This is where the big boys play now.
So you're up against a couple defenses. But look, I think Tom Brady has a ton of stuff on his mind right now. He's going through a lot, and I think that's playing into the way he's playing now. There's no question about it. His mind's somewhere else. That could help the Steelers. I think if there are games here that Kenny Pickett could win, it would be the Tampa game and potentially in Miami, even though the last time they were down there it wasn't pretty. They could potentially win that game if Tua doesn't play. So I think best case scenario here is 2-2, but worst case scenario is 0-4.
Are you more confident, though, in the fact that some of these defenses, when we were throwing up some of the stats about them, they weren't as good against the pass as they were against the run, and the Steelers have been proving to be more of a pass-based team anyway because they can't seem to get the run going?
You know what, Hannah? I'm not confident in anything. Not more confident. I am not confident, period. I mean, have you seen the Steelers' defense? That's what I go back to. This was supposed to be the bread and butter of the team, the strength of the team, the Steelers' defense. They were going to hold teams to 17 points. They're not doing that. They're not doing that right now. So Kenny Pickett, like Chris said in the previous segment, he's going to have to put up 37 points for the Steelers to have a chance in these games.
Well, I think also, Hannah, what you're seeing, and AJ, I don't know about you, but I look at the defensive minds that he's going against. Todd Bowles, obviously a staunch defensive background. Buffalo, you've got people who know defense. It's a defensive-heavy coaching staff, including the head coach. I know the Dolphins are all offense with McDaniel now and the Eagles with Sirianni, but it's not just defensive talent that he's going to have to deal with. It's against schemers, guys who are like, "Ooh, boy, a rookie. We don't care how much pedigree he has or how excited his home fans are. We can't wait to make that guy look bad."
AJ, remember what Dick LeBeau's defenses used to do to rookie quarterbacks? I don't have the stat in front of me, but it was unbelievable.
Troy Smith was like the only guy that beat a Dick LeBeau defense as a rookie for a while.
It was the physicality of those Dick LeBeau defenses that just like left a reputation that you didn't come through Pittsburgh without some bumps and bruises at the very least. But if Kenny Pickett does end up throwing like 300 plus yards, I mean, he has, how many records did he broke at Pitt? I mean, he's broken or had the most 300 plus passing games and 400-yard plus passing games. So yeah, if anything, there is some hope in that direction, but I also hope that they incorporate some more RPOs. If the run game can get going like it showed some glimpse of this past week with the Jets, maybe they can, even it out, have a more balanced attack, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he had better stats than Dan Marino in college. Hopefully he has better stats than Dan Marino in the NFL. It'll be a good shape, Hannah.
Well, he's going to need to be the aggressor. He's going to need to bring all the swag. He's going to need to have all of the respect, all of those words that were pointed out in press conferences by his teammates this week. But we want to know what you all think at home. Tweet me at Han Mears or at Kitty K Sports to tell us who gives Kenny Pickett the biggest challenge in the upcoming weeks as he ascends the steel throne.